Welcome to Global Investment Insights, a weekly podcast brought to you by ADCB Asset Management. My name is Kishore Muktinutalapati, an equity strategist for ADCB. With an objective to empower you with investment insights, on this program we discuss various perspectives shaping the global investment landscape. Let me serve you this week's content. Food prices, as measured by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization's Food Price Index, have been on a tear this year. This food price index, comprising of 5 different commodity groups including meat, dairy, cereals, vegetable oils, and sugar, has risen circa 31% over the past year. In nominal terms, this will be the highest level this index has reached in almost 10 years. However, in real terms, i.e., after adjusting for inflation, this index is currently at its highest level since the mid-1970s. It's worth noting that all the 5 different commodity groups that comprise the food price index have posted solid price gains over the past year. For instance, meat prices and cereal prices rose 22% each, dairy segment increased 16%, and sugar prices soared 41%. Vegetable oils saw a solid 74% increase in their prices over the past year. Oat prices have increased 130%, and coffee prices rose 70% just over the same period. If you, like me, fancy an oat porridge and a coffee for the breakfast, this is not a development easy to digest. International food prices tend to be influenced by some global factors, some regional factors, and some very specific to individual commodities. The current period of higher and rising food prices can be attributed to a range of reasons, including, but not limited to, weather patterns unfavorable to the crop produce, labor shortages, rising demand for premium grade products, global supply chain disruptions, higher energy prices, high feed costs, and avian flu outbreaks. Now, thinking about how the higher food prices impact our investment strategy, the first macro level impact is in the form of higher headline inflation and its implications for the monetary policy. Of course, the developed world central banks strip out the effect of more volatile energy and food prices while calculating the measure of their target inflation. However, higher food prices along with higher energy prices mean, in real terms, higher wallet share of consumers being spent on food and energy, and therefore less on the other consumption activities. This situation is even more difficult for emerging markets where food takes a larger share of the consumer wallet. Should this situation persist, it's likely to strain the post-pandemic recovery of the global economy, albeit at the margin. Looking ahead, as some of the pandemic-related disturbances like labor shortages and global supply chain disruptions end, food prices could come under control. However, weather plays an important role too. Here, according to the Climate Prediction Center at the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration of the US, there is a 90% chance that the current episode of La Niña will continue through the Northern Hemisphere winter, and a 50% chance that it will persist through to the spring of 2022. This should keep the broad food price benchmarks supported at the current elevated levels. Further, as we highlighted in one of our recent podcasts, agriculture sector remains the beneficiary of the adaptation strategies being pursued in a fight against the climate change. Thank you for listening to this podcast, and we hope you liked it. If you did, please do share it with a friend or a colleague. In case you have questions or would like to get more information on what the rising food prices mean to your portfolios, please reach out to your relationship manager at ADCB. You can also find a lot of investment-related content on our website at www.adcbam.com. This is Kishore Muktinutalapati, and I'll be back next week with more global investment insights.